I have one answer for both propositions, both ends of the spectrum here.
Uh-oh.
It would be really great and really awful. Unown Community Day.
Oh, no.
So after years of traveling to these in-person events, after years of drip feeding these shiny versions of some, but not all, of the unown, they just give them away.
You're tuned into the GOCast podcast, your one-stop shop for updates, news, tips, and community in the world of Pokemon Go. Thank you for listening.
July 2024 is looking beastly in an ultra sort of way.
Will the next Community Day feature a real dynamo? Let's find out.
And more on this episode of GOCast. Hello and welcome to the GOCast podcast, episode 288. It's June 25th, yet another Tuesday evening. We did have a Tuesday recording last week, so I get to say that. We've earned that right. I'm your host, Chris, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Kyle.
Hiya.
Hey, Kyle, how's it going this week?
I'm alive this week.
This is good news. I'm happy to hear it. Can you give me anything more than that? Did you enjoy your week?
Avoiding going outside.
Okay, yeah, for the heat still, right? The heat and the humidity.
Saving all of my outside time for next week.
Yeah, that's right. That's
I had
right.
a limited amount for the year.
You got to spare your skin cells the damage now so that you can just endure it later. That's right. Yeah. We got to remember to be real good about our sunscreen this year. We were pretty good last year, but we could do better.
Yeah. My girlfriend will kill me if I don't. So
it's a
I
pipe dream every year.
Got a hat right after GO Fest next year. So I get to be looking real goofy whenever we're out in public. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. All righty, Rue, before we actually kick off here and do goals and all that good stuff, two quick little announcements here. The first one is that the GO Fest 2024 New York City meetup details are posted on our website. We're going to be going to a place on Saturday night called the Milton. It's an Irish bar/pub at 8 p.m. It's on it's in the Upper East Side, so it's real close to Randall's Park. City Play and Park Play end at 7 for each of the days. So on that one in particular, it would be an hour after event gameplay ends. So you have time to go wash up and all that stuff and come out and say, hey. So if that's cool, please do that. Other than that, we did post some rough times of where we will be in the park and then in Central Park for city experience for potential meetups as well. So check out that page. And the other announcement is a retraction. So last week we were talking about the 8th anniversary event and a special research that you could buy, or masterwork research rather, that you could buy for $5 called Whispers in the Woods or something very close to that. And we were talking about how, hey, it's $5 and that's kind of but we're going to get a second chance at a shiny Celebi. And we were talking about how cool that was because we'd like to get another chance and get better IVs and all that good stuff. Here's the deal, is that at the bottom of that post, there was some text that said, despite them kind of talking about, if you've purchased this in the past, you still get these bonuses. Turns out that if you've purchased the previous masterwork research at all, or it might have been free, if you've done the previous research that gave you a shiny Celebi, you cannot even purchase this to get the regular rewards and like Celebi candy or something like that. It will be unavailable to you. So no second shiny Celebi and no research at all. So there's that.
I'm annoyed that we missed that subtext because I just totally missed it. That makes me real upset.
Yeah.
I'm not upset that I don't get to buy it and get another Celebi. I'm upset that it's not an option for people because it's a really good thing. And we also talked about giving it away for free. I'm pretty sure that the Celebi research the first time around, distracted by something shiny, was free when you logged in because it was tied in with a movie promo or something like that. But still, so that feels bad.
Yeah, it definitely, I think, affects both of our takeaways from our assessment of that event.
Yeah,
a little bit. But anyway, we'll not dwell on it, folks. But there you go. That's the long and the short of it. But we did set some goals this past week, and over the weekend we had the Scorching Steps and the Cyndaquil Community Classic event. Kyle wanted to catch at least 10 shiny Cyndaquil. How did you fare?
That didn't happen.
No. How many did you get?
None.
You didn't play at all?
I did not get to play Cyndaquil Day. I had a bit of an emergency I didn't tell you about, but
Okay.
it involved me not going out and playing Cyndaquil Day. I caught like 6 Cyndaquil at home, and I was a little bit sad.
Well, this was a good event to miss since
Right?
it was a repeat.
I thought the same thing. I was like, well, if there was one day I could miss, this was mine, at least.
Okay.
Not yours,
Well,
but mine.
I'm sorry to hear that. But hopefully everything's resolved. And I was gonna say maybe there's another chance for shiny Cyndaquil in the future, but I don't think you're actually feeling
I'm okay.
FOMO
I'm
over it.
okay.
You're good. Okay.
I'm okay.
Alrighty. 500,000 experience.
I did not do that as a result of also not playing Cyndaquil Day. I didn't get nearly as much experience as I would like. So,
did you get any of those friendships to pop? You were talking about how you had a few.
I have a best friend that will pop tomorrow. So
okay.
Yeah, I got like
All right.
200,000 experience this week.
That's still pretty good, especially for not being able to play that one chunk you were planning on. And then inventory management. Did you get your Pokemon storage in order?
My Pokemon storage is in order. I'm at like 5,000, 4,900 out of 6,800. So I got space.
1,100 spots.
What? No,
yeah.
2,000. I got about 2,000 space. 1,900
Oh.
space.
Oh, okay. All right.
My item storage is not looking so hot still right now.
Throw out all those berries, man.
It's not the berries. I mean, okay, look. It might be the berries.
I think it's the berries. Oh, it's the throw out 300 of those pineapple berries.
I know.
Start
I do need
using
that.
the
but
silvers.
It's also the fact I have 1,000 rare candy. I literally have nobody I want to give them to.
Well,
right now.
Save them from Necrozma in New York.
I'm gonna do so many Necrozma raids though.
True that. I'm excited to raid Necrozma.
So I think that's a 0 out of 3 for me.
I think inventory management, you did the hard one. If you had just done inventory, I would have been like, okay. I mean, but you did Pokemon storage, which is the time consuming one that really mattered. So 1 out of 3 for you.
Okay.
Oh, alrighty. For myself, I wanted to catch as many shiny Cyndaquil as I could carry, 30 or more, and I caught 40. And I was half hour late to the event, so I was very thrilled.
Okay, well,
I did pretty well. 300,000 plus Stardust. I got 500,000 this past week. I did great. 100 eggs hatched. This is where I fell a little bit short. I actually hatched like 78 or 79. I mean, I hatched plenty this week on the other half of the weekly adventure sync report, but not 100 on any of them individually. So a little short on that, unfortunately. I definitely do blame the Elden Ring DLC for that. You know,
I see.
That might have consumed me inside and out. And then 3 other shinies because I was feeling real confident after last week when I got like 5 with no sweat. And I was rewarded with nothing. So I got the Cyndaquil and that was it. Dude, okay, so can I complain for like just 1 second?
Of course. 40
shiny Cyndaquil. And I caught like 1,000 Cyndaquil because they were popping off, man. There were tons and tons. Not a single hundo.
Yeah.
I was sad about it.
Sorry.
But I did get a hundo. It was just a Litwick. I was like, this is close. It's 100%. It's got fire typing. Of course.
It's so close.
It's fine. And then I looked, I'm like, oh, I already have one of these, and it's a Chandelure already. So, hey, I'm okay with that. But now I have to get a third one. I can't just be content with the one Chandelure. Now I've got to get one so I can have a Lampent as well.
I mean, okay, that's fine. I've got 2, but I'm satisfied with my 2. So
nice. Well, I want it all, Kyle. So that's 1, 2. I got 2 out of 4.
This is where I'd make a High School Musical reference, but you don't you're not familiar enough with High School Musical. So
No, I'm good with gotta get your head in the game references.
I want it all as another song sung by Sharpay Evans for my High School Musical fans out there. I caught it, but
also that scene of them like in the school cafeteria, but replaced with realistic sound effects is like one of my favorite meme videos on the internet of all time.
I'm gonna take my opportunity here right now for musical fans out there. This is for Chris as well. I'm plugging this for my girlfriend, not myself, because I'm not obsessed with it. There is a musical out there called Epic. If you haven't heard of it, go take a look. It is a musical / Broadway telling of the Odyssey, done from the perspective of the characters in a style like a Broadway show. So they're singing the adventures, done by one guy, and in his spare time with all the people singing it and stuff. It is not personally my take, but it is so good from everybody else's take, and I still enjoy the music enough. Very good. It's more operatic than I like personally, but some people like that a lot. So well, recommended. And the new set drops next week, the next saga of the story. So
you said new set. I'm like, of what? Sorry. A TCG?
I chose the wrong word. It's not fully complete. He hasn't finished the whole thing, but he's posted a lot of updates on YouTube and TikTok and stuff like that. So recommend
That's cool.
it. Check it out.
I like just the concept of it. That's a neat concept. Setting for that. Okay, cool. Well, with all of that, hey, let's move on to the news, because we've actually got some stuff to talk about. It's the end of June, so of course we've got some July stuff to talk about. Yo, what up? It's the news. All right, first and foremost, let's talk about Ultra Beasts. Let's talk about raids. Let's talk about July, the content update for July. Again, this was pushed on their social media in a series of small square images, this information is pulled from there. So we're going to start with the first one. It's 5-star raids. This is what you can kind of expect from this month. And just a heads up, this is going to sound chaotic, but what they're doing is explaining around an event that we will then cover after we talk about the July content update. So, first, July 8th through the 9th is Guzzlord. July 9th through the 10th is Nihilego. July 10th through the 11th is Celesteela in the southern hemisphere and Kartana in the northern. That's the same hemispheres as they were before. I'm going to mention the hemispheres again for everybody just to remind you, but nothing is changing. It was as it was before when they came out, and have come out a couple times. Yeah. July 11th through the 12th is Stakataka in the eastern hemisphere and Blacephalon in the western hemisphere. July 12th through the 15th is the first Ultra Beast trio: Buzzwole, Pheromosa, and Xurkitree. Buzzwole in the Americas and Greenland, Pheromosa in the EMEA region, and Xurkitree in APAC. July 15th through the 23rd is, this seems out of place in comparison to everything else, but Articuno. All right. July 23rd through August 3rd is Tornadus in its incarnate form. All right. I swear this is going to be in the same vein, but let's talk about GO Fest 2024 Global. Because it's happening this month. It's happening on the second weekend, something like that. Yeah, it's the 13th and the 14th. So if you haven't iced off of work yet, make sure you do that. The following raid bosses will appear from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. local during GO Fest 2024 Global. The first day, July 13th, you'll see, regardless of the hemisphere that you're in, Nihilego, Buzzwole, Pheromosa, Xurkitree, Celesteela, Kartana, Guzzlord, Necrozma, Stakataka, and Blacephalon. So it is all the Ultra Beasts that we've seen so far, with the addition of Necrozma. Now on day 2, July 14th, you'll be seeing Duskmane Necrozma and Dawnwings Necrozma. And just a reminder that when you do defeat Duskmane and Dawnwings Necrozma, what you actually get out of that encounter, the Pokemon that you catch, is Necrozma still. You can't like catch the fused form. You gotta do the thing, the fusion thing. What's next? More raids, of course. July 8th through the 23rd will be Mega Swampert, and July 23rd through August 3rd is Mega Aggron. So we're going to be seeing 2 Megas. That's cool. Shadow raids on the weekends in July will be Shadow Entei. Raid hours, to just keep it sort of in the raid conversation. July 3rd is Ho-Oh. July 8th is Guzzlord. The 9th is Nihilego. July 10th is Celesteela and Kartana in the southern and northern hemispheres, respectively. July 11th is Stakataka and Blacephalon in the eastern and western hemisphere, respectively. July 12th is Buzzwole, Pheromosa, and Circuitry in the Americas, EMEA, and APAC. July 17th, Articuno. July 24th and the 31st, Tornadus Incarnate Form. This is just so much to cover. I feel like I'm just repeating myself over and over and over again. Spotlight hours. This is different. Hello. Welcome back. July 2nd is Pikachu wearing a K-Cat with 2 times catch experience. July 9th is Spheal with 2 times catch candy. July 16th is Binacle with 2 times transfer candy. Make a note for this one, because this transfer, the twice transfer candy bonus is the first spotlight hour right after Global.
They actually did something intentional. It's great.
Yes. If this is by accident, we're going to give them credit for it.
Yeah, you get the credit.
Well done. Go team. July 23rd is Diglett and Alolan Diglett with 2 times evolution experience. And July 30th will be Togedemaru with 2 times catch Stardust. So you probably want to mark the 16th and the 30th or the 23rd if you're on that evolution XP grind like Kyle is every once in a while. And then lastly is just sort of a little snapshot of what events to expect. Ironically, the first one is the one we don't have any details about, July 6th through the 9th. Yes, it's the Aquatic Paradise. This is going to be the companion event for Go Fest July, like we had with Stadium Sites and that other one.
It's a
Spelunker's Cove.
It's a little awkward though, because this overlaps with the anniversary, doesn't it?
It does.
And
yes.
So like, I don't know, it's a little bit awkward. I get why it obviously lines up, but it's strange.
It's also weird that
this way.
The anniversary event also overlaps with Go Fest, doesn't it?
I think that's less weird, because I was like, once I thought about it, I was like, oh, they did Go Fest on the anniversary weekend. Just so happens that that's also July 4th weekend. But
yeah.
It's a little strange to have everything overlap in that way, for sure.
It's a high octane weekend.
Well, yeah, but like if you're at Go Fest, you're not doing anything about the Aquatic Paradise, so it's
No.
But if you care about the anniversary, which I don't know why you do, they're all starters, but
in hats, Kyle.
In hats. Not all of them, just some of them.
Well, I mean, the nice thing to remember about it, though, is that these companion events are meant for people that aren't at the main Go Fest. So you're not really missing out if you're going to New York and you're not playing Aquatic Paradise like Gung Ho.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yep. July 8th through the 13th is the Inbound from Ultra Space event. We'll talk about that in a bit. We got some deets on it. July 13th and 14th is Go Fest 2024 Global. As I said, if you missed it the first time, make sure you request off of work. You're gonna want it. July 17th through the 22nd is Ultra Unlock Part 1 Better Together. July 21st is July Community Day. July 25th through the 30th is Ultra Unlock Part 2, Strength of Steel. And July 27th is Ultra Unlock Part 3, Mega Raid Day. One note on that last one, the Mega Raid Day. It's not the Rayquaza Elite Raids, Mega Elite Raids, whatever. So we're going to have a Mega Raid Day, which, maybe they'll release a new Mega. Wouldn't that be swell? No?
There's only like one new Mega that's worth caring about at this point. 2, but we're not getting one of them. We know that.
I mean, Mewtwo. Okay,
yeah,
fine.
We're not getting Mewtwo.
What's the other one?
Mega Metagross.
Oh, we could though.
Yeah, but like, if they drop Mega Lucario fans are happy, but it's not better than other choices right now. For example,
yeah,
Mega Audino.
Yep, and Sharpedo and Camerupt and
that's
what else?
I think that might be it. I think that might be.
I'm almost. We got Mawile, didn't we? No.
Yep.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, we had Mawile.
But yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I was listening to It's Super Effective earlier, and they were talking about how the Sharpedo and the Camerupt were not released yet, and how those were kind of underwhelming as well.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane that those two did not just get dropped.
Yeah, but
at some point.
it'd be cool if they did, and this is the suggestion on that show. It'd be really cool if they did a Team Magma, Team Aqua thing for a Team Go Rocket like takeover, internal takeover.
I mean, I agree completely, but like
sick.
We know it's never going to happen. Let's be real.
They're
they're not doing
so cool.
other teams besides Rocket.
We'll have to check in with Team Magma Tyler to see if he has any inside information on what they might be thinking.
Camerupt and Sharpedo overdue. I don't know how I feel about a mega raid date. I don't know.
I mean, we just don't know anything about it. I think it would not be Mega Metagross, though. If you think about excitement, it's sort of they have to be careful with the surface area of how much they use and at one time, right? They can't.
I mean,
have
I agree, but
things.
What do you do for a mega raid that makes it worth an ultra unlock?
I think it would probably just be like, hey, lots of mega Pokemon that we've had in the past are going to be in raids. Like, I mean, bringing Kangaskhan back is kind of fun because it's got that regional weight to it. But beyond that, I think they would probably just, if we hit the unlock, it just makes it have better rewards or something like that. I have no idea.
Okay, well, we'll have to see.
We will have to see. But I'm happy to say that's the end of the July overview, which is a lot of me just saying Pokemon names and dates.
That's what July. That's all the info we got of July.
Yeah. So there's that. I mean, largely the takeaway is Go Fest Global and Ultra Beasts. We'll talk about
so many
event.
Ultra Beasts. Do you need an Ultra Beast?
Yeah.
Here's an Ultra Beast.
Have you seen this Ultra Beast? It's 6
It's
p.m.
shiny now.
Do you know where your Ultra Beast is?
This does include, releases of shinies for some of these. So
yeah, Buzzwole, Pheromosa, and Xurkitree.
yeah.
We do not have the shiny for Blacephalon or Stakataka yet. Those are not out. Okay, so there's that. That's July, y'all. We got two things to talk about in July, though. The first one is July Community Day. It's Tynamo. It's Tynamo.
It's Tynamo.
It sure is. This is going to be Sunday, July 21st from 2 to 5 p.m. local time. The featured attack is going to be the Fast Attack Volt Switch. If you evolve your Eelektrik into Eelektross. In trainer battles, it has 12 power, and in gyms or raids, it has 14. The current move that you would use on Eelektros is Spark. So Volt Switch is a straight upgrade. It's nice. So it's very clean. I like it when it doesn't make my head hurt. That's nice. There's going to be a Community Day special research story for $1. It's got the usual goodies in it. The event bonuses, the usual fare, but the one that is special this time is quarter hatch distance when eggs are placed into incubators during the event period. This might be the saving grace of this event for me, to be super honest with you.
God.
2 times candy for catching, 2 times chance level trainers level 31 and up to get candy XL from catching. Lure modules and incense, excluding daily adventure, will last 3 hours used during the event. Snapshots, 1 special additional trade, and trades will require 50% less Stardust. The usual fare. Bonus raid battles after Community Day. The 4-star raids will feature Eelektrik, and then you get the extra spawns afterwards up till 10 p.m. There's going to be timed research awarding 4 Unova Stones. They'll be available from 2 to 10 p.m. local time during that day. Field research. There will be July Community Day themed field research where you catch a bunch of Tynamo and you get Stardust, Great Balls, additional encounters, etc., etc. There's going to be showcases. Your guess is as good as mine. It's Tynamo. Web store and in-game shop bundles. Check them out or don't. Up to you. And then the stickers are... There's a cutie pie little fish.
Yeah.
Stickers don't miss anymore, man. They're always good. I really haven't seen a sticker lately that I've been like, ooh. I think they're all good.
But I'm not going to lie. I don't look at the stickers outside of the Community Day announcement.
That's fair. But for those of us that do. Sick.
But I just can be thankful that maybe there's not a limit to how many stickers I can have. I mean, not like individually, but like totally.
Oh yeah, different kinds. I mean, varieties. Yeah.
Because I could just probably scroll forever because I never use any of my stickers.
Yeah, I recently went digging for one to put on a gift, and I found a Detective Pikachu one from way back.
Can I sort these by date? Nope, you cannot.
I don't think so. No.
How is this sticker book sorted? It doesn't.
Poorly.
My top stickers are Hydreigon stickers, so there's no logic here.
Your top stickers are Hydreigon stickers?
Yeah, it's from the community day. My topmost stickers on here is a Hydreigon with the 2022 on it.
Very nice. Oh man, that was in 2022.
Yeah.
Oh my god, time moves so fast. Ugh. Okay, well that's it. So talk to me about Tynamo Community Day, Kyle. What are your thoughts, feelings on this? Have you seen any chatter about, hey, this Pokemon's good for X, Y, or Z?
No. The Tynamo is just bad. It's not usable in Go at all. I can't imagine it has any PvP use either because it's just mono electric. And it's one saving grace doesn't transfer from main series games because no abilities. So
it does appear to have some play. Eelektros does in Great League and Ultra. It's not amazing, but
like
there wasn't a zero on its
does
rating.
Does it have any play compared to another electric type, for example?
Well, don't ask me a complicated question like that. I don't have an answer for you. All I know is that prior to having the move update, which, like I said, is a straight upgrade to Spark, right? Very clear. It had a rating of 2 out of 5 for both Great and Ultra League on Game Press. So that's better than most. Usually I see 0s or 1s across the board for a lot of these Pokemon.
Eelektross is ranked 495th on Great League Sims right now.
Okay, that's pretty bad.
That's bad.
Does it have Volt Switch on that?
No, it doesn't. You'd have to manually add that right now.
I
just can't imagine that it's actually going to. I mean, you get Volt Switch instead of Thunderbolt, so like that's cool.
No, Volt Switch is the quick move.
Quick move. No, there's no way it gets better.
So okay, I'm going to talk about this later because spoilers. Tynamo's the Pokélore.
Anyways, I don't know. I'm not very excited. That very forgettable Pokemon for me, but Tynamo's cute. It's a bad shiny. It's a really bad shiny, but
that's a shame.
Yeah,
that's a shame. I don't know. I am eager to be proven wrong in my lack of excitement for this. I'm sure there's a Tynamo fan out there that's like, what are you talking about? Tynamo's the best fish ever. Like, yeah, well, it's an eel. But yeah, I mean, sure. Like, I love Cyndaquil. It's not number 1 on the charts, I understand. But I don't know. I'm trying to find something. I guess the quarter egg hatch distance is the thing for me. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Okay.
I think there's a Detective Pikachu sticker.
Hey,
I got one of each.
Very, very. Only one of each. I've got like 20 of each still. Oh my gosh. Okay. So anyway, I think we're pretty much done with Tynamo Community Day. That was quick. Our last one is this Inbound from Ultra Space event, Ultra Beasts Alight, ahead of Pokemon GO Fest 2024 Global. So this is going to be the week between New York and Global, from Monday, July 8th to Saturday, July 13th. Raids, Pokemon appearing in 5-star raids each day, will also be featured in a raid hour from 6 to 7 p.m. local time that same day. The following Pokemon will appear in raids, in 5-star raids. Oh, we've actually gone over this already. I'm not going to cover it again. It is all the raids we talked about for this period of time, through the 8th and the 12th. The big thing about it is that there's going to be raid hours each of those days. And each day has its own featured Pokemon, 1 per hemisphere, pretty much. There's going to be timed research. Complete the research tasks to earn encounters with the following event-themed Pokemon: Nidalego, Buzzwole, Pheromosa, Xurkitree, Celesteela, Kartana, Guzzlord, Stakataka, and Blacephalon. This is actually pretty cool. Sounds like they're just going to give everybody 1 encounter with each, if I had to guess, with whatever this timed research ends up being.
Well, it's cool for that reason, depending on the requirements. If it's like do 8 raids. That is actually pretty trash. Don't like that at all, because it's only 5 days long or whatever, 6 days long.
Yeah, but at the same time, what it does is it rounds out that gap. If you don't know people in other time zones or you're not awake during them when those people can send you raids, you could just spam any old raid during that time and get credit towards that.
Yeah, I just don't like timed research that require you to hit a specific number of raids in a shorter amount of time.
Well, fingers crossed that it's not what they do.
But the real thing is that these are all level 15. For people who care, this is a research level encounter with these legendary Ultra Beasts. And you don't get 5-star Pokemon at research level very often. This is the opportunity for a Great League Buzzwole if you didn't go to GO Fest. Good Lord, 2 years ago?
Seattle?
Yeah, Seattle. If you didn't go to GO Fest Seattle, you couldn't get a Buzzwole, right? I don't remember if they actually did it. Either way, it's another opportunity for that. It's the first opportunity for a below 1500 stack Attacka as well, which is it's not good, but maybe it'll have some niche use in the future. So like that's very cool for those who are trying to get those, especially for PvP. This is really big and probably the best part of the event.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't even think about that, but you're 100% correct. So don't transfer those, star them. Like Kyle said, even if they're not great now, they could be. And to quote DeFi, every Pokemon's one move away from being great, right? So they could, in a move update next season or later down the line, make one of these Pokemon very, very good. So can you use Ultra Beasts in GBL? You can, right?
Yeah. Ultra Beasts are legal in GBL.
Yeah. Okay. For some reason, I didn't know in my head.
Yeah.
Let's talk about probably the most exciting bit about this, especially if you're a raider. Event bonuses. The remote raid pass limit will be increased to 20, up from 5, from Monday, July 8th to Thursday, July 11th. And from Friday, July 12th to Sunday, July 14th, there will be no limit on remote raids. And I suppose the last bonus, just to round it out, trainers level 31 and up are guaranteed to receive Candy XL for trading Pokemon from Monday, July 8th to Sunday, July 14th. So there's that seasonal bonus that we were really hoping would show up. It's going to be there for like a week-ish. So I'm going to go ahead and say that these remote raid limit lifting bonuses are good, of course. But it's also kind of a double-edged sword where it's like, okay. So for this event, your principles don't matter. Huh?
It is very self-serving, and you knew it was coming because this is for this event and for Global GO Fest.
Yep. There was an interview that was out. I'm not sure if you saw it. I think they talked about it on It's Super Effective. I know they talked about it in several other shows that I listened to, but I saw the interview itself too, the written out one. And it was with Michael Starenka.
I didn't see the full interview, but I have seen snippets of it.
I'm not going to go through the whole thing because, at one level, Michael's doing what he's got to do, right? But some of the stuff in the context and from our perspective as players doesn't play as well, I don't think. And the one sentiment about this that most people didn't care about this topic at all, is that he basically said that we're seeing our intended effects from our remote raid pass limitation.
Yeah.
And while a metric of local communities and things might be showing up because you force them because there's no other option, I don't think many people having a very sour take on the game is an intended benefit, because that's part of it. Spending his way down for people that used to raid a whole lot. And I don't know. I disagree. We've talked about this before, but it was frustrating. And then to see it juxtaposed directly next to an event where they're like, oh yeah, this is really important. It's a raid-based event. Go for it. Spend all your money like you want to. That we said that you couldn't. You're allowed to, by the grace of Arceus, to do this just for these like 6.5 days. Bothers me a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Fully agree.
That said, I will be rating a lot. So
I mean, I will be too because I'm a terrible person. But I mean, I'll actually only be rating a lot during Global Go Fest itself. I won't be rating the week of, but still.
I think it kind of depends. I think I will say yes to some of these Ultra Beasts, but not all of them. Certainly not all of them. But there's more to this. Inbound from Ultra Space ticket. Make your weed of raids Ultra with the Inbound from Ultra Space timed research. Trainers participating in the Pokemon Go Fest 2024 Global on July 13th and 14th can take advantage of these ticket bonuses throughout the event weekend. The ticket will be available for purchase from Monday, July 8th at 10 a.m. to Sunday, July 14th at 6 p.m. local time. So that's right before, I think, Global ends, if I'm remembering correctly. Also, don't forget you can gift it. Yeah. We know. Inbound from Ultra Space timed research is going to be $5 US. You will get an additional 5,000 experience from completing raids, 2 times Stardust for winning Ultra Beast raid battles, one additional candy awarded for catching Pokemon in 5-star raids. Additionally, 1 candy XL awarded for catching Pokemon in 5-star raids. Up to 2 free raid passes from spinning photo discs at gyms. And this time to research also includes the following rewards for completing research tasks. So these like the fillers and stuff like that. 10 Cosmog candy. And then it looks like 5 candy XL for every single one of the Ultra Beasts. That's correct. 224 Stardust just to be cute about it. And 1 star piece. And the trainers that have both this ticket and the Global Go Fest ticket will be able to obtain up to 10 free raid passes from spinning photo discs at gyms each day during Pokemon Go Fest 2024 Global on Saturday and Sunday, the 13th and the 14th. Now, those are regular passes. It's a lot of value, but those are regular passes. So if you are planning on going the remote route, that doesn't really benefit you as much. But if you're going to be raiding a lot in person, you'll get money back in this equation from the amount of raid passes you're getting for free for spinning. Yep. Before I move on, do you want to talk about this ticket at all, Kyle? Is there anything you want to say? I mean, if you're planning on raiding, then this $5 ticket probably doesn't mean much to you and just like augments what you're doing.
It's a little bit frustrating because it does overlap with Global Go Fest.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I already bought the Global Go Fest ticket. And like whatever add-ons are available or whatever for Global and stuff like that. Like, I shouldn't need another ticket at this point. It's too much. This is too much, especially because it overlaps with Global. The more I thought about it, the more it upset me. Like, if it didn't overlap with Global, it's whatever. You want to spend more money to enhance this. Sure.
Yeah.
The tickets like these, especially when they overlap with big events, give this really sour pay to win taste to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you've thought about it from that light. And I don't feel like a lot of people think about Go in terms of pay to win in that regard. Because you're not objectively winning if you pay. But like the amount of resources this gives you compared to if you were to have done all your raids and not gotten the resource, it's paying for an amplifier feels bad from a game design perspective.
I suppose, but it feels better than having a paid ticket event with no free alternative.
I mean, yes, but the base event itself is already paid because you have to buy raids. Obviously, you have a select few stuff. It's better than lacking. It's better than the Mr. Rhyme ticket where you just straight up can't get a Pokemon if you don't pay for it. It is better than that, but not by a large amount.
Also, I would say, you know, in the value proposition that this ticket is that it's also giving you raid passes for the money you're spending, pretty much equivalently, more or less.
Yes,
and so
I'm not saying it's a bad value if you're spending your money. It is objectively a positive. Like it is objectively based on the economy that they've built, a good value if you use it.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say though is that they're just getting their money up front from money you're already going to spend.
Yes. Did Global Go Fest have modifiers to their tickets? Does it have Like,
I mean, there's bonuses in the event, but there's no like. I don't think there's a raid lover or an egg enthusiast.
yeah, okay. So there's no add-ons for this ticket. It's just, I guess I can't adequately explain why it feels bad.
It's just giving you the
admit
ick.
that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just tired of seeing a ticket every time I scroll to the bottom of every news article. And like, I get it.
That's fair.
But I want to spend money on the game. I've spent thousands of dollars on Go.
Yeah.
So don't have any problem admitting that. This is not how I want to spend the money. And that's my biggest problem. We just had this conversation about Michael's comment earlier, that you have this ideals, but then you remove the ideals when it's convenient for the game. And I'm like, just let me spend the money now. Like, that's what this is. That's what these tickets basically boil down to, is instead of letting people spend their money whenever they want, you are encouraged to spend the money and forced to play to get the value out of your money to do that.
Yeah. I mean, because, if we have this conversation, we hold it and compare it to what we were complaining about with the $5 ticket for the anniversary event. We're not saying that tickets aren't a problem or are a problem. It's that we should have the option.
Well, I mean, I will say that the tickets are too many. That's the problem. I was fine buying tickets in the past. I bought every single one for like 5 years because it was like, maybe 6 times a year. Yeah. Now it's twice a month.
It is a lot, I will say. Yeah, that's fair. Hard to argue. Yeah, there is. There's 3 more things here. There's a new Pokemon backgrounds debut. After catching certain Pokemon from raid battles, all trainers will have a chance to receive special backgrounds. These souvenir backgrounds will appear on a Pokemon's summary page, similar to the location backgrounds that are available exclusively at in-person events. So these are not going to be the location backgrounds. You can really truly only get those in person, but there will be something special potentially if you get one of these backgrounds during this event. And I think they show it in the article. It's like a starry sky and stuff like that, a bunch of different things. So that's cool. A global challenge. Trainers around the world will be able to work together to complete a global challenge during the event. If the challenge is completed in time, all trainers will be able to use Beast Balls when encountering Ultra Beasts through Pokemon GO Fest 2024 Global. Plus, once the challenge is completed, party power will charge faster when attempting a raid with your party in party play until June 13th at 10 a.m. local time. Please note, the inbound from Ultra Beast Global Challenge will run from Sunday, July 7th to Friday, July 12th. The global challenges for Pokemon GO Fest 2024 Global will begin on Friday, July 12th at 1 p.m. PDT. So there will be 2 sets. Yeah, 1 hour gap and 2 sets of global challenges. And then there's special offers on the Pokemon Go web store. Normally, I don't list these ones out, but they're something. For US $4.99, the Ultra Storage Box will feature 1 item bag upgrade, 1 Pokemon Storage upgrade, 1 Remote Raid Pass, 1 Premium Raid Pass, 1 Incubator, and 1 Super Incubator. The $5 tag on that seems like a lot, but it's technically worth it. It's weird again seeing I can't use coins for that. Odd. For US $19.99, the Ultra Raid Box will feature 40 Premium Raid Passes and 3 Remote Raid Passes. Objectively fine for premium battle passes value wise. Again, like Kyle said earlier, for the economy that they've now set up. And for US $39.99, the Ultra Hatch Box will feature 2 lucky eggs, 25 incubators, and 30 super incubators. Don't buy that. I will. You should not. You should not.
Yeah, don't buy that.
I might not actually even buy this, to be super honest with you.
I'm hoping we see some like really nice deals when we get to New York next week.
I'm hoping so too. I'm running dry, man. And trainers. Oh, this last little thing. Now, even more trainers can enjoy the web store. Trainers with Pokemon Trainer Club or PTC accounts can now log into the Pokemon Go web store with the same credentials they used to log into Go. In your first purchase, you get a 15% discount for any item that costs $9.99 or more. Wow. # not sponsored. So yeah, take it or leave it. Some of that stuff is worth the value. But some of the problem with not obfuscating your price with coins in order to make people spend more money instead of saving their coins up all year for this just to be told they can't, is that it nakedly shows the dollar to item costs more or less for each of these things. And for some people, that value is not worth the purchase when you look at it like that.
It's why it's done.
Yeah.
Well, it's why you use coins in the games. That's why every game does.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Right. Yep. So Mr. Kyle, how do you feel in its entirety about this gap event between New York and Global, Ultra Beast City?
I mean, it's like a run-up event. It's like a run-up to Global. So it's fine in that regard. I feel a little bit frustrated that like each Ultra Beast is in the raids for one day, and like that's frustrating. I get it. That's the theming here, but like I still need Nihilego XL candy. I'm not really going to do many Nihilego raids in one day. So
yeah, but would you rather have all of them the entire week? That would be really frustrating too for its own merit.
Would make remote raiding better, but
true.
I don't know. I think run-ups with this much is just always frustrating.
Yeah, I will say that, right? Like we're in the weeds here. We're talking about value. We're talking about like respecting players' times and things like that from that perspective, and how to min-max stuff and accessibility. But on its surface, this is just yet another complicated, confusing event.
Yeah. If you need Ultra Beasts, awesome. Great.
Yeah.
But we just got at least 2 of these for like a whole event. So,
yes.
And then
we're getting them back with no shiny.
Yep. And no shiny. I don't know. We're going to see them at Global. I don't remember now who's showing up at Global.
At New York, you mean?
No, I'm talking about Global. Like who's in raids? Is Necrozma the only thing in raids at Global?
No, it's all Ultra Beasts and Necrozma on that first day.
See, yeah, that's too much. Too much.
And then technically day 2, only Necrozma in raids, just as Duskmane and Dawnwings.
Yes. Okay. That's yes.
Yeah.
See, too much. It's too much.
You need somebody that has spent 2 or 3 hours making notes for themselves to do a podcast about this in order to explain it. Like I could not imagine as a casual player looking at this stuff and making heads or tails of it half the time.
So
it's like, a lot.
It's almost this week is for people not playing Global Go Fest.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this is for. In which case it kind of feels bad because you don't have enough time to get what you want out of it. Yeah. Because if you're going to play Global, if you bought your ticket or going to buy your ticket, because you still can, you're going to get all 8 of these in raids for Saturday, which is bad. I don't think we ever really talked about that. 8 Pokemon in a 5-star raid. Too many. But
I don't believe there's a world where we did not mention that.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm looking at it now and I'm like, I don't remember talking about this, but yeah, it's too many. Like 3 starts to be too many. So
yes. Yeah. Yep. Like Groudon, Kyogre, and Rayquaza. That was the 3 is great at that level,
Yeah. That's it. I mean, I'm not going to be playing a lot because I'm going to be burnt out from New York and going to need to save up energy for Global. That's for sure.
I'm going to try to ride that wave through that week, but we'll see how much remote raiding I actually do. I'm still just a little peeved at the whole situation. I wish I could get over it. I just can't. It irks me every single time I see this. It's like, yeah, it's great. Thank you for lifting the limit, but I still it brings up like bad blood, But anyway, hey, there are definitely things in here to be excited about, especially if you need specific Ultra Beasts and you're trying to target stuff. And like, great, I have Wednesday evenings off. Like I can go raid this thing during its raid hour. That's great. That's great stuff. And plenty of ways to spend your money if you so choose through all of this. So, hey, That's going to do it from the news section. Lots of cool stuff in July to look forward to, and not least of all, I suppose, is Go Fest Global. But we're going to be taking a little short break here, and then when we come back, we're going to be in the Pokélore segment for this week.
And we're back. In this week's Pokélore, we're doing Tynamo, Eelektrik, and Eelektross, the eelfish Pokemon. The Elefish Pokemon?
Elefish?
Elefish Pokemon? Oh, they're getting worse. This whole deal last week. It's the eelfish, or it's the Eelektrik Pokemon. I don't know. I feel like it writes itself, but
to me, my biggest gripe with this naming thing is that Eelektrik and Eelektrik are so close.
They are.
Yeah.
It's basically, it's like 2 letters.
Yes.
Or 1 letter moved, I guess. First up, we have Tynamo. Tynamo is a short, white, eel-like Pokemon with dark oval eyes and a red 4-point star-shaped mouth. A wavy yellow stripe runs along its body, which has a long fin membrane, giving it a tapered shape. Tynamo has an organ that generates electricity, which discharges when in danger. A single Tynamo does not generate much power, so groups of Tynamo move in schools and create a shock that is comparable to lightning.
Ooh.
The Pokemon Company merchandise artwork and several TCG illustrations depict Tynamo swimming in or leaping out of bodies of water. This is how you know we're in trouble, folks. That's included in our Pokélore. Eelektrik. See, I even did it right there.
It's so easy.
Eelektrik is a blue-black eel-like Pokemon. All right. No, this one is actually just an eel, guys. With a beige underbelly, its round, toothy, leech-like mouth has red lips, and its eyes have small pupils with yellow circle patterning around them. Beige fins extend from above and below its head, and its body has 3 yellow circular electricity-generating organs on either side. It has a red tail fin that resembles a fan. Eelektrik is a vigorous carnivore and has a good appetite. Upon spotting prey, it immediately coils around it and shocks it using its electricity-generating organs to paralyze it before eating it. It dwells in caves and marine environments.
They're not giving us the what its like prey is, though.
Nope. Wonder what Eelektrik eats.
Yeah, I don't know.
Eelektross is an eel-like Pokemon that resembles a lamprey with a long tentacle-like finned limb extending from its head. It has red eyes and a dark blue body and possesses clawed, paddle-like arms with yellow spots and yellow and red palms. It has a beige fin on the upper portion of its body and beige fin-like legs. Hang on, I have to confirm on the fin-like.
Fin-like.
Yeah, okay, they are fin-like.
Fin-esque. Finish.
It lives in the ocean, but it crawls ashore using its arms in order to hunt. That it seems inefficient. It latches onto prey with its sucker mouth and shocks them with electricity from its fangs before dragging them as it returns into the ocean. It's not a very efficient hunter. Something went seriously wrong with its evolution here.
Yeah, it kind of like was a late bloomer. It was like, oh, I guess I'll go on to land in my last evolution.
As for stats, this is why we didn't talk about it earlier. Max CP at 40 of 2732. Max CP at 50 of 3089. Just barely breaks 3000 at level 50.
Mm-hmm.
Stamina 198. Defense 152. And attack 217. The attack is okay.
It's a really solid mid Pokemon.
Yeah. Best suggested moveset after its community day: Volt Switch with Thunderbolt and Liquidation. I think currently in PvP it uses Dragon Claw, or it's suggested Dragon Claw instead of Liquidation. So maybe it all depends what kind of coverage you want in that regard. Don't use this Pokemon.
Yeah, there's also Crunch is another charged option in that other slot, but that one doesn't. There's too many other Pokemon that have coverage there where you don't need that. Liquidation is literally only brought to cover its weakness of ground type.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Rest in peace, Levitate.
Rest in peace, Levitate. Do you want to explain to the folks at home what that is and why we're bummed about it?
Fun fact. I don't know if it's currently true, but it was for a very long time. After the introduction of Fairy, Eelektros, or the line at least, was the only Pokemon in the game that didn't have a weakness. Because it's electric, and electric's only weak to ground. And its only ability, I believe only ability, was Levitate. And Levitate makes you immune to ground type. So it didn't have a weakness. Neutral damage or resisted only.
Yep. Yeah, so since we don't have abilities in Go, it is a little bit of a bummer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that's it. Yeah.
Yep.
that's
Yay, Tynamo. Let me know if Tynamo is your favorite Pokemon. I want to know.
Yes, let Kyle know if Tynamo is your favorite Pokemon. I'm also curious, but please title them, address them to Kyle. Oh, geez. Speaking of that, why don't we hop into the Poké Poll?
So last week's Poké Poll was, if Pokemon Go had an event to celebrate your birthday, what would it be like? Featured Pokemon, bonuses, debuts, etc. First one is Monkey Flower, and they said, as a newish player, less than 2 years, it would be a makeup event. It would include global availability of all regionals that have ever been globally available, ability to get the community day moves for evolving all starters that have had community days, and only costumes that haven't been available for a while. Yeah, all right.
Great. Yeah.
The all starters community day is such a gimme for a great event bonus. It's just all like 21 starters that we've had community days for. Boom, one event.
Yeah.
They don't have to be spawning necessarily, please.
Whoa, slow down. Whoa.
The 8th anniversary. I saw a post on Reddit and I'm like, it made sense. Why can't you get any signature moves during the 8th anniversary? Why? So yeah, all for that. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, we've gotten this like halfway with December community days where they let you for like the last year or two get those ones, but that's not all of them. And that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Next response from Pepper is found. They said, it would be an event not for me, but for, I don't know how to say his first name, Miyazaki, because we share a birthday. It would be a bunch of costume Pikachus in Ghibli drip, wearing Sophie hats, Howl's jacket, and a no-face mask on the top side of his head. Otherwise, wearing it as a mask would be kind of creepy. And there would also feature a costume mythical to announce the long-awaited Pokemon movie made by Studio Ghibli. Oh my God. I don't think the Pokemon company could handle a Pokemon movie made by Studio Ghibli.
I mean, I don't know. They had Post Malone make a music video for Pokemon.
Yeah, but like I feel like Studio Ghibli would want to have like
more creative control. Yeah. And by the way, for people at home like fuming, I'm not comparing Post Malone to Miyazaki. What I'm saying is handing their stuff over to another artist to produce something. But Kyle made an apt counterpoint. I think you're right.
Yeah. Great idea though, man. Pikachu with a no-face mask. Oh,
that'd be sick. That would be sick. Yeah.
Next response from Arkham. They said, as an aging salaryman, I feel like my birthday event would have to feature gym leader Larry. Bonus Stardust for catching everyone's favorite normal type Pokemon, with an outfit available that comes with a real boring briefcase.
Let's go.
As well as the Pokemon Go debut of the Dunsparce.
Perfect event.
I'm for it. It's perfect.
Yes.
We need a Gym Leader Larry event. Absolutely.
10 out of 10.
If we don't get something related to that, it is a crime.
I want the suitcase. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, suitcase is a great. A pose that includes the suitcase. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Or make
definitely.
it in the wrist slot.
I don't
for
know.
An accessory.
We don't really have anything like that right now, do we?
Oh, actually, no, that'd be weird because then in weird poses, in strange poses where your hands all over the place, you'd be like holding your suitcase like straight up, or like behind
make
your
it
head, or
a pose. It'd be awesome.
yeah,
Like it,
I agree.
like how we have the present or the lantern in the pose. Yeah, it's a great idea. I would love to see that.
So I think all they need to do for that is make our character look depressed, and then just like
have to get
do
the
a full
eyes.
shoulder like sigh. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
go back.
exactly.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Sighing Larry pose.
Oh,
Yes.
so good.
Yes. Next one's from Crest via Spotify. They said, I would insist on 10 times Stardust and just bathe in it. There would be free incubators by spinning stops and battling rockets. There would be a research that was unique with Kecleon. Yeah. Incubators from Pokestops, a great reward that we haven't seen since like 2020 or
I'll spin more stops during that event than I've ever spun in my entire career.
Next one's from Ryan via Spotify, and they said, I would want Ash Greninja, my favorite, Charizard, and Pikachu in raids. Also want Litten, Cyndaquil, and Froakie in the wild for my favorite starters, and 2 times Stardust, Candy, and experience for bonuses. All right, yeah. Oh, Ash Greninja and raids would be pretty sweet.
Yep. Great taste, by the way, in favorite starters. Those are 3 really good ones.
Last response to the forum and emails from Noah7billion. They said, hey, Chris and Kyle, for this week's Poké Poll, I'm going big. My birthday will have different community days every 20 minutes, and 30-kilometer eggs are introduced for guaranteed Larvesta. I know that's never going to happen, but you didn't say we had to be real. Shiny Lunala vibes all. Noah7billion. Hey, 30K eggs with a super incubator and 1/4 hatch distance for guaranteed Pokemon. I know a lot of people would take that.
Yeah.
So,
and then you'd have crazy people like you be like, oh, I just had my free incubator. It's about time to hit one of these.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll get one done.
One done a month.
No, I'll get one done every like 10 days.
How much distance is on your adventure sync at the end of the week?
Depends on the week, between 15 and 25 kilometers.
Imagine if it tracked it well for you.
If it did like perfectly, I'd probably get closer to 40.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because just sometimes it swings so wildly. I'm like, what were you tracking?
Yeah, that's fair.
And then there's times where I finish a week and I'm at like 8 kilometers and I'm like, huh? What? So anyways, for this week's Poké Poll, we have, what Pokemon would you be the most surprised to see featured in a new community day?
This is pretty vague on purpose. Whatever you would consider the most surprising for whatever your personal reasons are, that's good.
Okay.
It qualifies.
I got 2 answers. Do you have your answers?
I'm still thinking about it. It's funny because I thought that it would be a no-brainer for me, and so I've put no thought to it, and now I have no answer.
All right, so I got 2. I got one, which is which is the ridiculous, the insane, and that would be a Cosmog community day.
Oh,
that would be like jaw hit the floor. What? Huh? But like the other one that is actually more realistic to happen and would actually make me surprised, Flabebe community day. I'd be like,
no. Oh my gosh.
So,
because it's also got like the regional stuff too. So you'd only get 3 out of the 5 colors, and you'd be like straining to be like, I've got all the shinies for the other 3, but I'm gonna forever be missing these other 2.
Yeah, it'd be so bad.
Gosh, it would be bad.
Maybe they release Eternal Flabebe as a research reward for the first time in Pokemon history.
That would be pretty cool.
There would have to be a new movie tie-in to make it make sense, but yeah.
Or with the release of ZA.
Maybe.
I hope this never happens.
I do too. My God.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you've inspired me. I think I have one answer for both propositions, both ends of the spectrum here. It would be really great and really awful. Unowned community day.
Oh no.
So after years of traveling to these in-person events, after years of drip feeding these shiny versions of some, but not all, of the unknown, they just give them away.
Oh man, but no, it'd be so bad because like you couldn't get the ones you want. Could you imagine? Could you imagine an unknown community day where you got like so G and O has been featured in basically every shiny release of unknown. Anyone who's been to those events probably has several of those. Could you imagine just walking away with like 10 G's and not a single Y? Like, I mean, I would like to walk away with 10 G's, but that's a different type of G. Anyways.
I also like what you just said. Could you imagine walking away with 7 G's but no Y, as in like no reason? And this works on so many levels, Kyle.
My dad jokes work every once in a while.
Could you imagine going that entire time and then never seeing like the one that you're missing from finishing the medal?
I'm sitting over here like, now I just have to wait until the end of the year to finish my medal. So yeah, I'd be real annoyed.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Hey,
there you go.
This is a much more interesting question than I originally thought. Okay. So if you, dear listener, would like to answer this week's Pokeball question, which is one more time, what Pokemon would you be most surprised to see featured in a new community day? You can answer when we post this question on X/Twitter at GOCast Podcast. If you are a patron of ours in our patron Discord, we have a channel dedicated to this, Poké Poll Answers. If you're watching on YouTube, hello, YouTube. Please go visit our YouTube channel. Subscribe if you're not already there. You can respond in the comments with your answer. What am I missing here? Oh, if you're listening on the Spotify mobile app, you can interact with the episode directly and answer as well. And lastly, of course, you can always send us an email to mail@gocastpodcast.com or call in to 262-586-7717. And speaking of calling in or writing in, Mr. Kyle, where are we?
It's time for emails.
That's right. And one voicemail. We've got a voicemail from Sarah Amanda that is called, wow, I did a Mega Alakazam raid.
Hey, GOCast. It's Sarah Amanda here. I'm just on my evening/nighttime walk that I do most days of the week. And usually it's pretty uneventful. I get in some pogo. That's usually when I do my open gifts. That's when I usually hunt a lot of monsters. But I usually don't, run into people. But there's been a few times where at the church outside my neighborhood, now that there's 2 gyms there, I've actually randomly just bumped into people and we would just do a raid, which is what just happened just now. I walked up and I was like, oh, there's a Mega Alakazam raid. I don't want to do that. Oh well. And I was about to, just keep going, but then it showed up like, oh, there's 3 people in this gym right now at this moment. Well, sure. I guess I'll use yesterday's free raid pass on this silly raid. And so it happened, the 3 people doing the raid, they were just standing in front of the church. So they saw me and they waved at me and I walked over and we chatted a bit and that was cool. And I was trying to tell them about like I'm doing a community ambassador meetup for Comday Classic, blah, 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 in case, I was thinking like, oh, low-level players, let me be sure they know about Comday and, be sure they know about Campfire. And they're like, oh, yeah, we use Campfire. We actually go to Decatur for raid hour. And I was like, oh, cool, that's actually the raid hour that I host. And they're like, yeah, we know. We go there. We recognize your name. And I'm like, oh, man, this is so awkward. But cool, great. I mean, because I can only learn one name a week. So I just haven't learned their names yet. But that's fine. I'll maybe I'll learn their names this week, because they said they're coming to the raid hour this week. Anyway, just kind of cool meeting random people, and the Campfire app works. So that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Guess that's all. Peace. Sorry, man.
I think the most unbelievable part of that was that people were doing a Mega Alakazam raid.
Yeah. I think the most believable part is only being able to learn one new name a week.
That was very relatable.
It's so relatable.
Very relatable.
I had somebody come into the Starbucks the other day that I hadn't seen a little bit. I walked up and I was like, hey, you getting your grande latte with 6 sugars and whole milk? And he's like, remind me to never loan you money. I'm like, I couldn't remember the guy's name to save my life.
No.
But I knew his string.
Oh, of course, 100%. Oh, yeah, that's the curse of doing any job like that. It's like you don't see names, you see faces and orders. Like, yeah. That's awesome. That's really funny. But thank you very much, Sarah Amanda, for the voicemail this week. We've got one email, and I'm going to give Kyle the honors.
This email is from 9 Thistles, and they said, "Hello, GOCasters. 9 Thistles here with an update. I had quite a few goals to reach by the time Global GO Fest kicked off, and I can confidently say I have achieved none of them. My man." Unfortunately, not long after I sent in my email, I had a medical emergency that sent me to the ER.
Oh, no.
So sorry to hear that. Don't worry, I have fully recovered. Thank God. However, during my recovery, my motivation to play Pogo had completely tanked, and all of my goals had been made under the assumption that I would be playing diligently and sometimes going the extra mile. So I made up some new goals, both for Go Fest and the upcoming Cynical Day. First, inventory management. A quick aside here. The way both of you talk about your Pokemon inventory makes me laugh, but also facepalm. I have 2,250 inventory, and it feels like I have more space than y'all ratio-wise.
You do.
You do, probably. Depends how much is free there.
Kyle, yeah. I took a screenshot and I posted on social. I've got 2,300 shiny Pokemon exactly.
Give me your phone. I'm
going
to
take
your phone when you fall asleep next Thursday.
Yeah.
You're going to wake up and you're going to have 2,000 space for Go Fest.
It's if I don't remove them, I'm not going to miss them. But it's when I'm looking at them going, I don't want to transfer these guys. You know. Sorry to interrupt.
Anyways, I know I'm going to go hard for Cynical Day and will fill up my remaining space in a hurry. My goal is to only have 1,900 Pokemon at the start of Com Day and keep it at 1,920 until Go Fest. My goal of getting all route badges in town, I will still keep just for fun, even though I probably won't reach it. And I will still keep my goal of getting into at least 5 gyms a week, but I already know I will have to supplement that income with real world money to get both. Inventories up to 2,500. I'm a low spending player who only really spends money for Go Fest, so I'm comfortable with this goal. As for goals for Cynical Day, have fun. I love Cyndaquil. I have a hundo, but I would love another or even a shundo if I get that lucky. I've been playing since 2016 and still have yet to get a shundo, so I plan on playing as much as possible and hang out with my Pogo friends. Terribly sorry for the short email. Shiny vibes all. 9 Thistles.
Well, 2 things. First of all, glad to hear you're fully recovered, but sorry to hear that in the first place. That stinks. But secondly, no shundo. You've been playing since 2016. Oh, that is unlucky.
So that is a bummer. One thing I will say, playing as much as possible for community days, best thing you can do is do field research. If you run out, go to a new place because you have much better chance of getting a hundo from more field research than you do from catching Pokemon in the time it will take you to drive to a new place. If you have the capacity of going.
Yep.
It's something that I've really tried to put more focus on whenever I play on community days because I want the hundo. It doesn't work out. I'll do 60, 70 field research tasks on a community day and still not get it, but it's just good habits to have for sure.
Yeah, definitely. That's a way to min-max, right? But yeah, geez, I know that's only for people that can go to another place with Pokestops too.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. They should really reset every hour.
They really should. It just makes so much sense.
It would.
Experience so much better. Oh my goodness.
It would. But thank you very much for the email, 9 Thistles. It's great to hear an update from you, and good luck on the goals that you are keeping. And we hope you had a good Cyndaquil day. It was a good day. It's a good day. All right. Well, if you, dear listener, would like to send us a voicemail or an email like these fine folks did, once again, you can send us an email to mail@gocastpodcast.com or a voicemail by calling 262-586-7717, or just, email us an audio file. That works too. Visit our website for all things GoCast, including details for the meetups in Go Fest New York. Yeah, Go Fest New York this year at GoCastPodcast.com. Follow us on X/Twitter at GOCast Podcast. If you'd like to help support the show, you can via Patreon for as little as $1 a month. That's spelled patreon.com/GoCast Podcast. And $1 a month gets you access to our patron Discord, which is like the cool place to hang out, in my opinion. Even if you just like hang out and read stuff, we got a bunch of characters in there. It's fun. It's fun. But Kyle, it's your turn this week to give our elite trainers their shout outs.
All right. Shout out to elite trainers Bo, Daniel, Lori, Michael, Ozzy, Arkham, Marvin and Mimi, Swartz, Thayer, Jason, Justin, Charles, Motters, Lee, William, Brandon, Ethan, Steven, Nick, our favorite listener, Drew 2, Camo, The Ugly Rock, Jacob, Victoria, and Sarah Lore.
Ooh, yeah. One take wonder.
As far as everyone knows.
That's hey. They'll never know.
They'll never.
But thank you very much to all you fine folks for your generous support and for helping us keep the digital lights on. In addition to other stuff, we're bringing keychains to New York, and those made possible by folks supporting us. So thanks for that. Also, come say hi to us in New York. I want to give you a keychain. You can also support the show non-monetarily for free. In other words, by leaving us a review on any platform that accepts them. This one we got this past week is from Jacked Up Doc. Sorry, I'm probably pronouncing it incorrectly. It's called Shiny PvP, and they said, best podcast I listen to. It gets me to grab my phone and catch some monsters on a community day. It gets me to go out with my friends and catch some monsters as well, and I will listen to this podcast until it ends. Aw, thank you so much. We love that. Hey, you know, also love Mr. Kyle?
Yes.
Setting goals.
Oh, no.
So this week we've got upcoming the 8th anniversary events over the weekend and the Mega Rayquaza Elite Raids, if memory serves. So what are we looking at doing?
All right. I'm keeping it real simple this week because Go Fest is next week. I'm not ready mentally. I want to finish the timed research for the 8th anniversary weekend event, and I'm 300,000 experience. So that'll put me at almost exactly 10 million. You know what? Let's change this. I'm changing the goal on the fly. 10 million experience total, which is like, I don't know, like 350,000, something like that.
Okay.
So yeah. 10 million. Okay. Experience.
Yeah. Cause you'll have technically for these goals, if we don't record a proper episode next week and we do something small, because we do, by the way, listener, plan on doing some supplemental stuff on the actual trip. I might have bought some new recording equipment. We'll actually have 2 weeks to do this. This will be the week after we come back to report on this.
Yeah, I mean, I plan on setting some big goals though for Go Fest, experience, stuff like that. So
I think that's completely fair. Okay, awesome. So for myself, I want to finish the timed research as well. Kyle has inspired me. I would like any shiny hatted Pokemon, just one of them. I don't care what it is. I'm going to drive myself crazy if I'm going to go for the Grimer, because I'll get 3 Squirtle instead or something like that. Okay. Inventory management. I want to get my Pokemon storage down right now. Literally right this second, I'm sitting at 7,650 out of 7,800. I would like to get down to 6,000. So having 1,800 spots. So I need to transfer 1,638.
I believe in you, but it's going to take you a lot longer than it should.
Look, man, I got to tell you, that faith is misplaced. All right.
Well, the nice part is you will not have a choice come next Thursday.
No, you'll hold me down and then hold my phone up to my face for the Face ID and then delete my whole account.
Is it favorite? Everything better be favorite. I'm going to do the select all.
No, it is. I literally just did that the other day. Was a select all transfer. So that's my problem.
You have 6,800 Pokemon favorited?
You want me to tell you?
You have a problem.
2573 are favorites. There are shinies that I also don't transfer, and XXL and XX small, costumes, and mythicals, legendaries, ultra beasts. I never do the include these thing.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. Okay. Yep. It's a problem. That's why it's going to be very time consuming when I go in. And
you have almost exactly 1,000 more shinies than I do.
It's crazy.
That's insane. That's ridiculous. All right.
It's
until
crazy.
next week.
Well, the last one is I'd like to try to do 1 Mega Rayquaza Elite Raid. I'm not too keen on that goal, but we'll see if it happens. I will try this weekend. I will try. All right, so that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening all the way through. I guess we'll see y'all for our Go Fest content coming up because it's next week. We're going to be getting there early. Hopefully doing a lot of supplemental stuff, and we'll post some things, and that'll be fun. So I guess we'll see you then. Until then, bye-bye.
Bye.